everybody, this is Loki, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. So we're gonna go ahead and continue from where we last left off. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. With the snow still falling, or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Are you saying that there was a way to cross a burning bridge? But are you saying it? So just a misunderstanding, I'd say. The photo of dusty bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning of the incident. It certainly has burned to a crisp on. And with the suspicious fires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall. But Phoenix sure fell. That's for sure. Clearly it would be impossible to carry a corpse across the bridge in this condition. Unless I do something to discredit the testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. And Maya will be accused of murder. That's right, I'm only going to say it one more time. It's only human to err. And only humans can spot errors of our ways. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. Alright, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. Alright, this is it for this one. Dead body flying over a burning bridge. I won't exactly rule out the possibility. What? Huh. You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim that's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Preposterous. Who is it? Who is this witness? I can't check it out here. I gotta keep on the attack and go. Miss Elise is brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Laurice. Brilliant? Highly gifted? Apprentice? Remember when he said in his testimony, the night he was at the Mountain Shack Heavenly Hall, and that's when he witnessed the event. I think I was seeing the sketch before. It's upside down. Exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Are you serious? Today is not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright? Are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument? Now, hey now. He did a good job on that. That's impressive. For a beginner. Like, if he's a beginner, that's impressive. Oh, the judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Huh. Well, that's right. There's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking at what's drawn by a 60-year-old. Does this sketch prove the thing? Hey now, that's way better than a 60-year-old. If that's drawn by a 60-year-old, I would still be impressed, because 60-year-olds who draw that good is a win in my book. Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. And if you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with the sketch? Upside down? Why did the Godo say that? Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is the sketch trying to show? I don't think old Whisker Face is gonna forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix. Carefully and think it over. The plate contradiction. Something about... What's absolutely funny about the sketch I'm no art critic, but even I can see that. No, no, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Lurie stated over and over again. The sketch was exactly how he saw it. However, if we were to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. It contradicts reality? Huh. This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Okay, Trite, so was that the contradicts reality as we know it? Okay, let's see. Let's see. This is wire connected to the bridge. Wire? Huh. Is that the thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed. Oh, it's supposed to be underneath the bridge. Then sure, the reality is supposed to conflict with. It's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes. Now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In this sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But actual Dusky Bridge, jumping Jehoshaphat! The wires are below the guard wires. So whoever it was falling. They were not flying. They were falling. Order, order, order! The sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong? Or perhaps he just drew it wrong? Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. Everyone's wrong. For someone like Larice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then, that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Larice was doing when he witnessed the event. He was sleeping. He was at Heavenly Hall, waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited until finally lay down. He saw everything upside down, but then lightning shoots from the sky and set the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Larice must have been in that time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back? I don't see how it relates. He saw everything upside down from his perspective. But does, Your Honor? That's the reason why the wires on the sketch go up instead of down. Ah! No way. Larice witnessed the event while he was lying on his back face up. In other words, the scene he saw was actually upside down. That's exactly what it's saying. It's upside down. All you have to do is flip it. Then the sketch should actually be. I think he finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Lori's sketch is like this. Flipping it. This is how it should actually look. Yep, that's how it's supposed to look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. And that's right, just like a pendulum. Got him spitting his coffee out again. Order, order. Of all things to say, a pendulum? The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would cause a problem. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And the pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Objection!
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds about right. In order to cover that distance with the pendulum, you need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you have to plan ahead. The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident, so does it make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand? So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. Yeah. If they don't have a certain thing, they could plan ahead. Like plan from there. In that case, Mr. Wright, give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think that the criminal had a rope on hand to create a pendulum? The meaning of this? If you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. Ah, this is one of the wires from the bridge. When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspicion wires came loose from a finger. The criminal did not have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise's body and swung it. They made it go on the other side because there's simply no other way to move the body. That's true. Huh. Made him drink all of his thing. Mr. Goto? It seems that Mr. Goto is more focused on the coffee than answering my question. It seemed that the odds of a rope being readily available were high, so I suppose that's not an impossibility after all. Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Trite. I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? Let's see what we have here. Okay. I have to present either the autopsy report or the crystal sphere. I'll do this one. Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's one of the that was in the front of the inner temple. Then what with the spot for the criminal? Yes, precisely. Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, then it would drop in the opposite bank approximately at this point. Did you just say drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped from some distance. What kind of evidence? Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that the body fell about 10 feet after her death. 10 feet, huh? That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, This crystal spear was knocked loose. That's... Yes, this bloodstained infamous crystal is the one that came off with Miss Elise's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal spear was found. Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. The crystal was found. Ah, precisely, Your Honor. In this very spot, where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You provided us with the way that the body could have been moved that night. Impressive detection, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. Mr. Wright. I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Ghetto? That was dark and bitter. Guess you may try it. That you may try it. But you forgot about one thing. Oh, and what could that be? The aroma. Huh? A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffinese. Can you elaborate a bit more? If the criminal had sent the body to the other side like you say, then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. An accomplice? The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So, who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Wright? Mr. Godo is correct. This can't be a work of single person. Well, Mr. Wright? You know what you must do. Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazuker Temple without an accomplice. Very well then, if you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on Hazuker Temple side? It only can be you, Sister Iris. Huh? Ah! But I don't see why you're still surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini can never pick up a body like that. That's true. The only one that could have managed it. Since she's like much more better health-wise. Trey, were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little kitty pie was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath. Objection! I haven't forgotten, have you, Mr. Gato? This witness also seen at Hazuker Temple, securing the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. On that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by the eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnout bridge. Which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known. No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about pendulum. But the body couldn't have passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it could be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Irish to begin with. What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright? What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying that this witness is an Iris of Hazuker Temple? Are you serious, Wright? You mean this woman is... There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor's changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why is she trying to pin this murder on Maya? The woman is standing here in the witness stand. Let's see, her real name is... I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time, Delia Hawthorne. Hawthorne? And you're looking at her, Miss Delia Hawthorne. That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless. Huh. It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Delia Hawthorne. Oh yes, I remember now. The case 5 years ago. She was the twin sister that died. But, according to this, Delia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month. So what? Death had no meaning in this courtroom. What? Order, order, order! Wait a moment. How can you... My sister says she's already dead. What kind of... Objection! Proof? You of all people should already understand after all. The blood of the master of the crime channeling technique flows within that body. Crime channeling technique? That's right, you're not Delia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Delia currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. True. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Delia Hawthorne just happened to be challenged by someone on the very night of the murder to the temple where her twin sister Iris was? Well, if you're gonna put it that way, then yes. Objection. We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens? Objection. Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It was all written right here in these instructions. What's that? These instructions were written by their mother, Morgan Fay. The part of the plan called for Delia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there was 2 irises at Hazagurt Temple. 2 of them? Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell. In other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time. That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris. And the Iris who gave me the hood in the main hall was also a real Iris. Meaning that the Iris the bikini saw at the dinner temple was someone else just like her, namely one Delia Hawthorne. Objection! Do you even know what you're saying, Trite? This whole channeling the spirit of Delia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans to talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness's stand is the real Iris. What? Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Delia Hawthorne that had been channeled. would have been stranded at the inner temple due to it was later that the body was moved by pendulum. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hezekiah Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose. I can't deny any of that. Thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced. But something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that Iris here is the same one from the other night. Huh. I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous? Like the real Iris and the spirit of Delia somehow switch places? Switch places. To be perfectly honest, there's still quite a few things that I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with the trial. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Delia, which means they must be switched places somehow. Well, Mr. Wright, since at the time she was arrested at Hezekiah Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Delia Hawthorne? There was one. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance. Oh? Explain yourself. Yesterday for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who could have given a murder suspect time to move freely like that? I'm sorry, I know you don't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Iris the chance to prove freely was... This is Mr. Edra, isn't it? Your Honor? There was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not? An earthquake. Yeah, there was an earthquake there. And he has, like, some sort of PTSD with earthquakes. Make him nervous. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I met none other than Delia Hawthorne. That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge on his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling. Be quiet. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. That voice. I guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, I always ask her name and profession. That's one of my roles. Delia Hawthorne, and my current profession, permanently retired. Huh. So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? Why should I? After all, I'm dead. And there's really nothing you can do to punish me. Well, what is going on here? Delia Hawthorne. Never thought we would meet again, and I never thought we would meet like this. But this time I'll end it. For her and for myself. Alright, that's pretty much it for this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for now. For this part. So if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button below. And subscribe for more videos to come. See you guys later. Bye, guys.